Sexual liberation is a thing right now out in culture, especially for women. And right now, the I don't know, there's something in the air, and that electrical something is called big clit energy. Annette, you knew I was going to turn this into garbage science. You knew. I have to do it.
So
yes.
I'm bracing myself.
I was stalking the internet one evening because I sometimes look for things to just kind of spice things up here and there to keep my own self focused during a sexual escapade. And I think it might have even been the Big Girls, or not the Big Girls. What am I talking about?
Different website.
The Bad Girls Bible. The Big Girls Bible. No. I don't even know what that would mean. But the Bad Girls Bible, or it might have been a similar kind of website where I fell into this rabbit hole. And I'm not a huge Redditor all the time like Ellen and Annette are, but I found myself on Reddit because I saw the phrase big clit energy, and I was like,
yes.
What?
It spoke to you.
Because we've heard about big dick energy left, right, and sideways. It's a new thing. People, talking about, oh, it's big dick energy, it's small dick energy, whatever. And I always thought it was just ridiculous and kind of funny. But then I saw big clit energy, and I'm like, what is this? So I go there.
You're like,
and I'm reading
I want
this.
That.
Yeah, it sounds alluring on the surface. It sounds like, what is this? And so I go there, and it's an article about a new movement that has begun on Reddit, and just kind of, I think it's starting to spiral out beyond there, because even Cosmopolitan did an article on it. It's the Grow Your Clit movement.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I know.
What?
Annette, that was the exact same face I made when I read those words too. I was just like,
so why would one want to grow their clit? Tell us.
There's two variations on this story.
And do you fertilize it? How do you grow it?
I think fertilizing it is the goal, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, but
you guys are going to hell.
I love it.
That I've already traded Satan for air conditioned seats. I'm fine. So
BCE.
Anyway, how do we get the BCE, the big clit energy? Well,
yeah, how do we get that?
That depends on how far you want to go.
Oh.
Because some of this is like, it's involved, and it's like medical science, and it makes some people feel uncomfortable, and also there is a little bit of an issue potentially with the trans community because of what it hinges on here. So method one is you grab a clit pump.
Ooh.
And you
like off
pump
Amazon?
it up, and you yeah, they do have them on Amazon. And I would know that because oh my God, I have one right here.
Hell yeah.
If anyone wants to go to our YouTube channel and see this very interesting clip of me bouncing this rubbery tube up and down. Look how floppy it is.
Let me put the rest of it. It looks like you could go scuba diving with that thing. That's good. Like,
this is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. I took one for the team here for science, guys, and I was like, I'm going to fucking try this out so I can talk about it with some degree of certainty.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Jen.
I thought this was going to be something you could stuff in your purse and be like, oh, look how discreet it is. No.
Pump your clit at the coffee shop. Yeah, no.
But it's safer than a lot of the smaller alternatives, too, because there's a pressure gauge on it that you can actually see a safe pressure. Like, you don't go too far and cause yourself an injury on literally the most sensitive part of your body. So I'll take this big chunky stupid thing.
What would you even Amazon to find that? Like, what did you search?
Clit pump?
I searched the word clit pump and this is, let's see if you can hear the, does it, what's it?
Is it?
It's kind of, it's stuck a little, there we go.
Oh.
Can you hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, it comes with attachments. This is not all there is to it. You don't have to, shove this up anything's little hose. Basically, for the people who can't see this right now, it's really big plastic trigger system with a floppy rubber hose connected to it and a little plastic tip that comes out to almost a point, and a pressure gauge that looks like scuba gear. It really does look like scuba gear. And we have these fun little attachments that go on the end of it. For those who are listening, these things look like nipple suckers, basically. If
I was
you've been
just
onto a
gonna
lot of
ask if you can use it on nipples.
You can.
Why would you
You could.
What?
In fact, they have a set of these that
Just
you can buy
watch and
extra
learn,
that
Nettie,
are
watch
nipple
and learn.
suckers.
Yeah. Really? Okay, so
and you put them on the
Yep.
Yeah,
There
so
you
you
go.
just
Why?
because some people like to have their nipples stimulated when their clit is being stimulated. It helps them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm one of those people.
I
if
am
you couldn't
too.
guess.
I like
But,
a little nipple play.
Yep, me too. And so one of these is just slightly bigger than the other. One of them I can fit my pinky finger down, and that's about the width that it is. And the other one is more like a middle finger or index finger width. And those would be like the two smallest settings that you could have. And then there's a third.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh.
This thing
that's
is
the big
bigger
boy.
than my thumb. It's like
that works on dicks.
It's like
right. That's huge.
Well, it would have to work on a micro penis, to be honest.
Maybe it looks bigger on camera.
It
That's what
might.
That's what she said.
No, this setup is actually a setup that I didn't know what size to get and what would be comfortable for me. Because, bodies come in all shapes and sizes, and some clits are just bigger than others. And, that's why this whole movement was born about growing your own clit. And, some people wanted bigger, more luscious clits.
I just keep picturing I keep picturing a potted plant with a clit growing out of it, grow your own clit. Water it,
woo.
Talk to it. Sometimes oh, I'm so proud of you. You're growing so fast.
Definitely fertilize it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
hey, how you doing down there?
Those who are listening. Just wants to say hello. That's all.
Grow your own clit right on your windowsill.
Yes.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my God. But the biggest attachment here would technically be either fit like a micropenis or somebody with something called clitoromegaly, which is a condition where you have an oversized, large clitoris, and that could be from a combination of different things, but usually it's like hormonal things, or maybe like some kind of gender confusion within the body when the baby's being made, and then they grow up and they have kind of a, what is it? We don't know.
Sure.
So that can happen. And so there's a couple different sizes. So some people are getting this set and starting on this small little size and working all the way up to the big one because in addition to doing this, they are also applying androgens and testosterone. I think it's the same thing that trans men would inject normally, and they're just putting it directly on their clit. Is by the sounds of it. If I've read all of this stuff on Reddit correctly, this is what it sounds like to me. And so they put it directly on there, and then over a period of weeks, months, and years, it ends up creating a much larger clitoris that looks like it's, verging on either clitoromegaly or a micropenis, depending on, an anatomy. It could look wildly different.
Sure.
But, that's and I could, and I also couldn't believe there was a subreddit for this. But, I was just fascinated. I was like, wow, this is something I had never even considered. Like, does the size of my clitoris, what does it matter? And so I started reading. Well, apparently it can matter because people
Oh.
who have a smaller clitoris might have less sensitivity, and people who have a larger clitoris might have a lot more. So
Oh.
there are two
Annette
reasons
probably
why
doesn't want to
people.
tell us the size of her clitoris, but
No, not really.
I didn't
no.
even, to be
No.
fair, I did not even know what it would mean to have a large or small clitoris because we never talk about that as a culture. We talk about, like, guys, they can, what size are they? We have like ranges, and it's broken down sometimes even by like race, which is really kind of silly because I don't even think that it I don't know. I don't think it matters. Like, that aspect probably doesn't matter as much as we want to think it does. But anyway, we don't talk about the size of clitorises
Yeah, not
ever.
really.
Like, I've literally never before, until I saw that subreddit, never considered talking about, hey, my clitoris, I'm wondering if it's undersized.
I've
Like,
never
what?
I've never taken a ruler and measured it before, you know?
Right,
So,
like, and how would you? Because a good amount of it is actually covered up in other tissue.
yeah,
So, like,
there's no way to
we wouldn't
know.
even be able to get an accurate. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, the only way you can tell is by comparing yourself to other people or comparing photos of yourself initially to, like, the end product after you're done with all these hormones. Now, I'm kind of in the middle of like an experiment because I'm kind of like, I did not want to go and try to get these hormones because, number one, they're already hard enough to come by for the trans community. And there are some people who feel like, hey, a whole bunch of cisgender women going in and getting the hormones that we have trouble getting our hands on just because they want a bigger clit, like, outside of their sexual identity, it doesn't sit right with them. And I can kind of, like, I can see why. I can
Sure.
see why that would create a certain amount of emotional tension for them.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. So I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole right now. But also, I have an endocrine disorder called polycystic ovarian syndrome that makes it so I already have more androgens than normal inside of my body and circulating. So that's why I have an amped up sex drive, and I want sex more than other people, which also ADHD does not help, by the way. So I'm kind of, messed over on two levels there. But I'm currently seeing if I use these fun little gadgets enough, will I get big clit energy? I don't
Ooh.
know, but I'm gonna find out.
And
Like,
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna see
report
if
back to us.
I will report back after. Well, it's gonna take a while, so I
Oh,
mean,
how long
you
does it
guys
take to
would
grow your
have to be
clit?
long time listeners to figure it out. Um,
Find out next
so
year.
find out in 6 months.
Mhm.
um, yeah, I never considered that was a possibility, but it kind of makes sense if you think about, like, biology and how the hormones work in the body. And I'm just like, oh, well, I already have excess hormones. Maybe I wouldn't even need them.
Yeah, good point.
So with
Nice.
enough stimulation, perhaps I will grow a large clit, or maybe I won't. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to find out.
Okay, so
We're going to find out.
in summary, one thing that you could try
In
is getting a clit
summary,
pump.
getting a clit pump,
Yep.
or if you're a dude, you could get a penis pump. We've heard about these things forever. They've been the butt of so many jokes, but they can help guys just as much as they can help ladies. And I mean, I have to tell you, there are times when I am so distractible that I do have a hard time actually becoming aroused, not mentally, but physically.
Mhm.
So that would put me in the category of, like, erectile dysfunction for women, and having something that can help get the blood into the more sensitive areas is really helpful for me because that actually helps me focus on it better, ironically, is what I found.
Makes sense.
Because it's like there, and then it's distracting me from everything else, and I'm like, oh, hey there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can focus, and it's wonderful, and it's actually like some of the best sex I've ever had. It's great.
That's awesome, dude.
So
I'm happy for you.
yeah. Oh, thank
Thank you
you.
for thank you for
It's
sharing that.
been marvelous.
Oh.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just my big clit energy and whatever. It's
I
my
can
big
Oh
see
clit
you
yeah.
got
energy is
big
now
clit
your big clit
energy.
energy. Yeah.